biologists face a fundamental challenge in distinguishing living things from non-living things because traditional criteria like visible movement fall short. While dormant organisms show no external activity, critical molecular movements continue invisibly at the cellular level. Ultimately, life is defined by highly organized biological structures that require continuous internal repair and molecular movement to stay intact against environmental breakdown. Life processes are the essential maintenance functions that constantly prevent the damage and breakdown of biological structures, even during rest. To sustain these functions, living organisms require external inputs of energy, raw materials, a transportation system, and waste removal mechanisms. The core system relies on four interconnected processes: nutrition for energy intake, respiration for energy production, transportation for internal distribution, and excretion for waste elimination. Nutrition involves obtaining and utilizing food, which organisms achieve through either autotrophic or heterotrophic methods. Autotrophs like plants use photosynthesis to manufacture their own food from inorganic materials, while heterotrophs must consume other organisms and use enzymes to digest them. In humans, this process relies on a specialized alimentary canal, where organs from the mouth to the intestines sequentially break down food and absorb nutrients into the bloodstream. Respiration breaks down glucose to generate cellular energy, utilizing aerobic pathways in the mitochondria when oxygen is present or anaerobic pathways in the cytoplasm when it is absent. The process yields ATP, which acts as the cell's energy currency to power essential functions like muscle contraction and protein synthesis. To facilitate the necessary gas exchange, plants utilize stomata. Aquatic animals filter dissolved oxygen through gills, and humans rely on a complex respiratory tract ending in highly vascularized alveoli. Because simple diffusion is inadequate for complex organisms, multicellular bodies rely on specialized internal transport systems to move nutrients and waste. Humans utilize a circulatory system powered by a four-chambered heart that enforces efficient double circulation through a complex network of blood vessels. Conversely, plants lack a muscular pump, relying instead on root pressure and transpiration pull to move water through the xylem, alongside active osmotic pressure to move sugars through the phloem. Excretion is the essential biological process responsible for removing harmful metabolic wastes, including gaseous byproducts, nitrogenous compounds, and excess water. In humans, the urinary system relies on the kidney's microscopic nephrons to filter blood, selectively reabsorb useful substances, and concentrate the remaining fluid into urine. Plants manage waste removal through entirely different mechanisms, such as releasing water via transpiration, storing toxins in cellular vacuoles, or shedding old leaves and bark. The human body operates as an intricately connected system where external inputs of nutrients and oxygen are systematically processed and distributed to every cell. Once delivered by the circulatory network, these resources fuel vital cellular activities like respiration for energy and synthesis for physical growth. Ultimately, the metabolic wastes generated by these activities are cleared by the excretory system, demonstrating that a disruption in any single process will destabilize the entire organism. This glossary defines the foundational concepts of biology by distinguishing between self-feeding autotrophs and consumer heterotrophs. It highlights structural adaptations like intestinal villi and kidney nephrons alongside transport tissues such as water-conducting xylem and food-conducting phloem. Additionally, it clarifies dynamic processes like energy storage via ATP, muscular peristalsis in digestion, double circulation in the heart, and water loss through plant transpiration. Distinct evolutionary adaptations differentiate single-celled organisms, which rely on direct surface diffusion, from multicellular organisms that require complex, specialized organ systems. Furthermore, major physiological differences separate plants and animals based on their primary mode of nutrition. Because plants are stationary autotrophs, they feature lower energy demands and slower internal transport, whereas active, heterotrophic animals require fast-acting circulatory systems and dedicated excretory organs.